My third guy plays some games.
Alright, hi all. Weather Guy here. We are back with some more of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, and I have realized something absolutely horrible. In the last, I think, 3 videos, I had my mouse on the screen, my cursor, and you may have noticed it, I'm sure you did, but here it is. I'm going to try to hide it. It's tricky because this game takes up the full screen and I can't find a way to really make the window smaller. It's just not functioning correctly on this TV/monitor for this game. So we're going to make it work. And as I'm sure you heard a moment ago, I do have my child laying next to me and he did stir for a second. We'll see what happens with that. I'm sort of just eyeing him right now, but I think we're okay. We'll see. Let's get into it. We're talking with this lovely fella, Caidin. I already forgot the voice I gave him. I did not like to be so direct, but I have no intention of speaking with the likes of you, suspicious-looking Easterners. Now get out my hair. Right? So as soon as he finds out that we're from Japan, he reacts like this? That surely means... I think it's because of the professor case. Yeah, that makes sense. You think so too? Again, I really love that Godfather clock in the background that's actually a guillotine. That's so sick. 10 years ago, Genshin Hisoki, also known as the Professor, was incarcerated at this prison. And then, after his execution, he apparently re-emerged from his grave in the cemetery behind the prison. I might have known. You're sniffing around about Dick Case, aren't you? Your agents, eh? Part of the Professor's great web, no doubt. No, not at all. We're just get going with you, before I punch your leg too. We're going. Clearly the ghost of that killer still haunts this place. We're not gonna get anywhere here, unless we can somehow prove to this man that there's nothing suspicious about us. Interesting. Governor Caidin? What are you thinking, Mrs. Sato? I feel sure that name came up in conversation recently somewhere. I was wondering if whoever mentioned it might have some ideas to help us. Come to think of it, I have the same feeling. So we can't talk to him. Yeah. Do we have anything to present that may help? Maybe this as a lawyer will help? Let's try this. Governor Caidin, can I at least show you this? That guy is so swole. He's built like Gaston, you know? Gosh, I wish I remember who talked about him, though. That would be very useful. Let's try the photograph here, because we're trying to find Vigil. Nope. Dang. Was that his name Vigil or Virgil? Let me look at it again. Vigil. That makes a lot of sense as somebody who works in that field, you know? Interesting. Okay. So I guess we go somewhere else. Is there anything? Can we examine in here? No. Alright. Well, dang. We are immediately met with a puzzle, and I'm not sure who I should talk to. I think we should go here. She says she hasn't visited in a while. Let's try that. Do you have someone new to talk to? Well, not new, but, you know. That's Professor Mikotoba over there. Hello, you two. I was just taking a moment to catch up on the world now that I'm unpacked. Where's Judge Shikoku? Yes, he's not the relaxing sort. He's taken himself off to pay his respects to all the legal bigwigs. Having only just arrived in the country today? Goodness, he is full of energy. So true, as soon as I land in a flight, I want to just go crash at the hotel. Professor, you mentioned something before. About how you known the prison governor at Barclay Prison? Yes, there we go. Oh, Governor Caidin, you mean? So it is the same man. Father, we must speak with the governor. But he refused to talk to us. He said we were suspicious Easterners. Well, I'm sure if I accompanied you, it would be a very different story. Oh, would you? That would be wonderful if you have time now. Sadly, as you can see, I'm very busy at the moment. I was reading the newspaper. Yeah, busy drinking coffee on a comfortable settee? Is that how you say it? I don't know. Now, I have rather a lot to prepare for tomorrow, you know? Oh, so sorry, I didn't say that out loud, did I? You Mikotomas are alarmingly good at reading people's thoughts. Or could it be that you Naruhodos are alarmingly bad at hiding your thoughts? Let's not fall out now, I have an idea. He's gonna write us a note with a signature. What's that are you writing on that piece of paper? Here's a letter of introduction for you. Hopefully when he sees my name he'll change his tune. Ah, thank you. The letter of introduction has been entered into the court record. Let's look at it more closely just to double check. Good luck then. Mr. Miktoba has wonderful handwriting, doesn't he? It looks terrible. This dark-suited young man is not in the least bit untrustworthy. Is it just me, or does that make me sound extremely untrustworthy? I do wish he at least called you a nice young man. I'm really not sure that would help. Back? Oh, interesting. Let's look at this. Blackbird Line. That's, I guess, the train ticket, or the boat ticket. It looks like this is some sort of steamship ticket. Jesus. Yeah, it says Grouse, first class cabin 001. Yokohama departure 11th September, London arrival 1st November. That's the boat that Professor Miktoba and Judge Chigoku came from Japan, isn't it? I am stumbling over my words today. Yes, I think it's called at Dunkirk on the north coast of France for a night before finally arriving in Dover. I think it's been almost a year since we arrived in Dover on the SS Beria. Seems a shame not to keep your ticket as a memento of your trip, don't you think? Yes, I agree. I have mine safely in my diary. I keep mine in my wallet, so I have it with me at all times. Oh, well, how strange. Where could it have gone? Are you like this on purpose, Mr. Ryu? Did I imagine it, or was that comment accompanied by a little sigh? Definitely was. So this is going to be important at some point, assuming that they don't take this back. Interesting. Especially because I'm sure with this case, being a two-part big thing, we might end up with a ton of evidence to work with. So we shouldn't have to present it. If you just cast your eyes over this, Governor Caidin. What's this then? You can't pull the wool over my eyes, you good-for-nothing Japanese student. Mikotoba. That young jock from the forensics laboratory. That Mikotoba? Yes, exactly him. Oh dear, perhaps I should have said something sooner. I'm Eugene Mikotoba's daughter, Sato. Jings, you're the young man's daughter? And you didn't think to mention that before. I do apologize. Aye, well, you'd best take your seat then. Get off you a cup of tea, perhaps. And you may forget to try one of these weed handcuff biscuits. Adorable. Very much Gregson vibes whenever Gregson gets cute around Iris, right? Father's influence is nothing short of amazing. I'm bitterly regretting not announcing who I was from the outset now. That's okay. So then what can I do for you, Yen? Well, we're currently investigating a case. It's one of your warders, you see. He's gone missing. Missing? That's right. It's surely been reported to you as well, being the prison governor. Maybe not. I haven't heard nothing about the sort. There's no missing persons in my prison. Oh! But how can that be? Mr. Daily Virgil, your chief warder. Vigil! I kept saying Virgil on accident. That's right, his wife came to us and asked us to investigate his disappearance. Let's skip the part about him only going missing yesterday for now. We still need to find out what the crime is that we're going to be at trial for, you know? Clearly that means something to him. Would you be so kind as to tell us what you know, sir? Aye, of course. Now we can talk. Let's examine the room, though. An axe, a hunting rifle, and 4 pairs of handcuffs. That's a daunting collection. There's a story behind every one of those. You mean, the rifle was a famous killer's murder weapon, and the axe was wielded by an infamous executioner? And the handcuffs were once used to immobilize a fierce 4-legged beast when it was arrested? I think you're in the realms of fantasy now, Mr. Ryu. Yeah, exactly. That's something that, you would hear in Monkey Island. Not those kinds of stories, Jimmy. That axe was the one I used to chop down the cherry tree at my house. Mrs. Caidin wasn't able to press police. And the cuffs on the left are the ones I caught my first burglar with back when I was a bobby. Stories were a little different to those you imagined, I think, weren't they? Yes, to my relief, and in some small way, my disappointment. Alright, all these photographs. Or pictures, rather, they might not be photographs. Suppose these are all former governors of Barclay Prison, are they? Either that or former inmates who the governor has sent to the gallows. Oh dear, they all have such severe expressions. I really couldn't deny either possibility. Especially the one on the extreme right. This expression goes beyond severe into a whole new territory. That one's me. I'm terribly sorry, sir. Is it a prerequisite of the job, perhaps, having a severe expression? I mean... Of course it's not. Although, it is taken into consideration. A lot. Alright, gotta look at the clock. This grandfather clock is... It's so sick. It's fitted with a terrifying blade that keeps dropping down. It's modeled on the guillotine, a French execution device. You might have heard of it. And yes, before you ask, it can chop. Heads off, you mean? Havas, no, carrots and parsnips and so forth. Oh. You place a large carrot at the bottom there in the morn. By evening it'll have been cut clean in two. Well, the blade must have an almost indescribable edge on it then. Fantastic. Anything else? Window. Pair bird, of course. And this stuff over here, and then the desk probably, maybe? I never have expected to find a parrot in a prison. It must be the governor's pet. Given where we are, it's hard not to see the poor creature as a prisoner. Hear me out, do not kill me. Now that's curious. Yeah. Because it mimics, right? So that's something that the bird has heard. That's pretty funny. Has the bird learned to mimic the plaintive cries of the inmates in the cells? Oh, no. He was one of 3 siblings, you see. He still calls out the names of his 2 brothers like that all the time. Alright. Let me up. Can they kill me? Aye, I hear you, laddie. You want your dinner, eh? Didn't they do it? Alright, interesting. I wonder how that's going to come up again. That's surely important. Child is starting to wake up a bit more. We'll see what happens. It's a very large cabinet full of papers, isn't it? It's labeled Inmate Register, look. All the files are in alphabetical order. Yeah, it's really tricky because my child never sleeps for more than like 2 hours at a time, so it's hard to find the moments to record. That's 50 years worth of records of Barclay's inmates. Whether or not they left alive after serving their term. All the details about the crimes they committed are recorded in like an epitaph, you might say. A record of crimes and punishments. How dispiriting. And yet, this man seems to be enjoying tea and biscuits as he talks about it. Very true. And that seems to be it, actually. Oh no, the elk. The deer has been staring at me for a while now. It has? Poor thing can't fit through the small hole in the wall, but it can't get its head back out again now either. Alright. It's giving me a woefully imploring look. There's no way you're that dumb, Ryu. It's not real, Mr. Ryu. It's stuffed. What? I mean, yes, of course it is. For a moment I thought it was another assassin sneaking in via the ventilator. Insane. I'd like to say, but I think perhaps you need to reread The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Okay. I believe that's everything to actually examine. So now I think it's safe to talk. Chief Warder Vigil. We understand that Mr. Vigil is the Chief Warder here at the prison. Aye, that he was. Strong sense of responsibility and dedicated to the job, no doubt about it. He was a fine warder. Sorry, did you say was? Aye, he doesn't work here no more. He left the job. Interesting. Oh my. When was this exactly? There's a question. When was it about? It can have been much less than 10 years ago now. Oh my god. So is the lady crazy? Or was the guy Vigil living a double life? What? To 10 years ago? He stopped working here 10 years ago? Now this is the big twist that's making this case interesting, right? 10 years ago, that's also around the time when all the BS happened. Oh, yes, I minded. You can haven't heard the fellow's name in all that time. That's a worry if he's gone missing, though. But Mrs. Vigil made no mention of it. I think perhaps Mr. Ryu... that his wife simply doesn't know. I think she's unaware that he no longer works here. Governor Caidin, can you tell us what happened? Why did Mr. Vigil give up his job here? That's important, is it? Yes, I believe it may be. What are you thinking, Mr. Ryu? Can't help wondering, given that it was 10 years ago. Ah, yeah, exactly, when all that other BS happened. Exactly when the professor was being held at this prison. Yeah. So Mr. Vigil actually resigned from the position of Chief Warder 10 years ago, you're telling us? What happened to make him leave the job? In actual fact, he didn't leave the job willingly. He had no choice in the matter. You mean, he was dismissed? It was after a particular walk. Sorry, a walk? Is he the one that did the shooting? Aye, that's a word for it in there. A walk to the gallows. Oh, this is after the hanging of the professor. Ah, an execution. It's the job of the Chief Warder to prepare the gallows tree and oversee any executions, you see. Ah, and the execution failed. Only Vigil did something unthinkable on that last walk he was manning. What did he do? I'm sorry, but I can't reveal that information. But I can tell you that it's very rare for a Chief Warder to be relieved of his post. Why wouldn't Mrs. Vigil know about it? She appears to be under the impression that her husband still works here. I wouldn't ken anything about that, I'm afraid. Can you perhaps answer one more question about the circumstances of his dismissal? What would that be, Anne? That last execution that Mr. Vigil was responsible for overseeing. Was it by any chance the professor? Yeah. My thoughts exactly. I'm sorry, I really am. But I'm no at liberty to answer that. I see. Definitely was, though. My father came to Britain all those years ago in order to study forensic medicine. You seem to have been well acquainted. Dead room, the prison, and the cemetery have a lot to do with one another. After all, they need fresh corpses for forensic research. You know, kid. Yes, I can imagine. The advancement of medical science isn't always particularly palatable. Father worked in the laboratory just on the far side of the graveyard, in the basement of St. Sinis. It's still in use today. Saint Sinners, that's come up before, I'm sure. Yes, that's right. We've been there. Look at Tobo and I have to used to ride in a carriage together and negotiate terms. More fresh material, I suppose. Aye, and we used to sit in here for hours and gab on about dissection and all sorts. Ugh, it takes me back. Over a pot of tea and a plate of cuff biscuits, of course. How charming. Interesting. He was a good fella, your father. Reliable and dead set on his work. But I'm afraid I'll never understand your Japanese. Because of Genshin Asogi, I suppose. Interesting. Now what? Fades out. Something's gonna happen. Whoa! How can I tell you anything else? Thank you so much for your time, Governor. Oh, one moment before you're away, Head. He's got something to give us. I'm sure I have it here somewhere, huh? Oh, I found it. Here, take this as a wee souvenir of your visit to the prison. What is it? That's Vigil's dismissal notice. 10 years old now, of course. Interesting. Oh my, are you sure? Aye. It's no trouble at all. It's not the original mine. Alright, let's look at this. Thank you very much, Governor Caidin. Gathering more evidence to be used later, let's try to remember it. Well, in return. Dude, I love that pose, it's so good. Do me a favor, never come back here. That case is closed. Interesting. Well, I think we ought to return to Baker Street for the time being. Yes, I agree. We need to report back to Mr. Schultz with what we found out about Mr. Vigil. What will he tell Mrs. Vigil, I wonder? Who knows? Alright, let's look at our new evidence real quick. Chief Warder Daily Vigil is relieved of his post with immediate effect for having violated Clause 132 of Her Majesty's Code of Conduct in Prison. So we'll have to find that clause at some point. All rights to redundancy pay and other financial benefits are fully revoked. Reason for dismissal: aiding and abetting the escape from this prison of convict the professor just prior to his execution. Details of the escape are still being investigated. Full cooperation with inquiries will be expected from Governor. Additional notes: indications are that the jailbreak plot was conceived prior to the convict's incarceration. It's believed that the convict engaged in some form of negotiation with prison staff in order to secure assistance. Full disclosure of information regarding these negotiations will be demanded. Interesting. Alright, let's move. Again, I'm still not sure what the crime is actually going to end up being that we need to go to trial for, you know. Interesting. We're back! I thought you'd be back before long, so I baked some sourced scones for us all. Ah, so that's what that delicious... Oh no. Oh no. That's no good. Alright, we're gonna end it here today. We're gonna find out why his hair is blue next time. Thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all are amazing. Take care. Peace out.